Hello, my name is Mohit Deshpande, and in this course, we'll be talking about how to post to Twitter in our social notes application. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to show you much on the emulator, and that is because the sharing to Twitter requires that we need to have a Twitter client. You can see that we don't have a Twitter client on the emulator. It's really hard to. It's possible that you can put the Google Play Store on the emulator, but it's also very difficult and requires it requires a very skilled knowledge of this. So we're not even going to bother. So unfortunately I won't be able to show you anything in the emulator. But if you can see the course where I showcase the notes application, and you can see that when I do share to Twitter, then the familiar Twitter dialog, new tweet box is shown, and it has the title of the note dash the message of the note. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you this in the emulator. And they have to have a Twitter client installed, the users do. That is because we don't want to have to go through Twitter's official SDK and use open authentication, especially since now Twitter is trying to limit the use of any third-party clients. Now, we can get around this by doing this. And this might seem like a mess of code at first, but let's go through it. What we have here is we have a try. We have to put all of this in a huge try catch because we're searching for this activity right here, the post activity that Twitter uses. And if that is not found, you can see that we create an intent, and that brings the user, it opens up their Google Play Store, and it directs them to the Twitter application. Alright, so in this try catch block, you can see we create an intent with the action send. The text is going to be this message, but that'll change. You can see the type we have set here is plain text for this message. In fact, we don't even need this line of code, because you'll see later on that really this is not really a necessary amount of code, and I'll show you that later on. Let's just get rid of this. There we are. Now what this does is, with this package manager, the package manager is essentially gives us a list of every single package that is installed on this phone. Now what this does, package manager.query intent activities, it just gives us a list of every activities that supports an action send. Now this won't be every activity on the phone, but it'll be every activity that you can send an action send intent to. Now what we do for this is we get the activity list.size, and actually, since we're only using this once, why not just replace it all entirely? There, that reduces the need to have another variable. Alright. Now what we're doing here is a grueling task of iterating through each of these and search for just one. Just one, right here. Called the com.twitter.android.post activity, and that is a post activity for Twitter. It is a very nice workaround because we can actually put in the title and the message of the text. Now we can't do this with Facebook because Facebook doesn't, their application doesn't allow for us to put in to preload their dialogue with this, and so we have to use the Facebook SDK, which I'll get to in the course on the Facebook posting. Alright, you can see that we're testing if this is an app, more specifically a list of activities. And we're seeing if the activity info, the name of this activity, equals this, in which case, yes, that's the one we're looking for. we have the activity info. We grab the activity from it. We also grab the name, the full name. You can see what this get component name, or what this component name does, is it creates a new component name based on the package and the class. The package being the package name and the class being class. And then what we do is we reinstantiate, I should say, the send intent. In fact, why do we touch up this code right now? We can see that this intent isn't being used and it's being reset, so why not just let's do some refactoring here. There we go. You see that error, so we actually do need that. And we'll just copy this here. Now, the reason we need that is because what this query intent activity does is we have to specify an intent for which one we need. We can't just, if we go ahead and delete all this, then it doesn't know, it'll just get us a list of all the activities, and that's even more inefficient. Alright, now you see why we have to reinstantiate this and why we have to have an intent there. And we set the type to plain text, but we don't really need to do that again. We set the category. Each intent has a category, an action. You can have multiple actions associated, but we have a category, a launcher category, because we're looking for the Twitter application here. We set the flags to create a new task. And we set the flags to reset the task if it is needed, if and only if it is needed. What we do is instead of creating a new intent with the classes, what we do is we simply just set the component of the component name of what we got, so we don't have to create a new intent with these classes, and we really don't even know. We can't exactly get that class because it's not in our exact namespace. Now, what this lets us do is this sets the preloaded text of when the user taps that. We can see it's the title of the note, hyphen, the message of the note, or the content of the note. And then we simply start that activity, and then from there, the Twitter application does all the rest of that for us. This course is brought to you in collaboration with Pablo Farias. It's also brought to you by Zenva. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/ZenvaDev, ZenvaDev. You can follow us on Twitter at ZenvaTweets, ZenvaTweets. We also have great other courses in application and game development.